Hello to all my wonderful subscribers and followers, and welcome to any newcomers. This is Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2024 general readings. We are looking roughly at the first half of February from the 1st to the 15th, time always being a little fluid, of course. And this reading is for the water sign of Scorpio. That's Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you know all of your other signs, your placements, watch those videos as well for additional insight. It's a general reading, so it may or may not resonate in its entirety for everyone. Take what does resonate and is helpful to you and leave the rest behind. For those of you for whom it does resonate or the style resonates with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading with me or information about that, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact info attached to the title or description of this video. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually respond within the same day or the first 24 hours. I do offer quite a wide variety of readings, all areas of life, types, lengths, costs, or something in there for everyone. Still pretty popular. At the end of a year and the beginning of a new year are the 6 and 12-month overviews I do, which give you a look ahead at what's coming in your life for the next 6 or 12 months. You can order them any time of the year. They simply go from the time of the reading forward. But end of one year, beginning of a new year, a lot of people like to, kind of get at that look ahead. So something to think about. All right. Let's move right into this, Scorpio. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider Waite. We begin with the King of Wands. Could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That's relevant to you. Showing up as a male, but in a general reading, it could be female as well. The King of Fire, energetic, charismatic, a real go-getter, leader, delegator. Probably easy on the eyes. With the Five of Coins, there's a sense of insufficiency and lack here. I kind of call it my beggar card. It could be financial or material issues associated with this King of Wands. On an emotional level, it can represent, feeling shut out, rejected, not good enough, abandoned. Next, we have the Three of Swords, typically a card that represents emotional pain and or disappointment. It can sometimes represent heartache, heartbreak, breakup, separation, emotional pain of some kind. With the Three of Coins, compromise, negotiation, mediation, trying to get everybody on the same page, working together towards the same goals. Next, we have the Two of Swords, an important decision that needs to be made, standing at the crossroads, a fork in the road. There may be some reluctance or resistance to seeing a truth here, which is what might be keeping you or this person stuck, or the two of you stuck together. With that, we have the Page of Cups. Messages here, the Page of Water, of emotion. Could be love messages, flirtation, messages of love, support, encouragement, light messages. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Moon. Things may seem a little uncertain or unclear. There may be some fears which are maybe unrealistically magnified in this card. There's also a sense of spiritual pulling or compelling here, but the way is not clear. I'll tell you straight off what I'm seeing here. It feels like this is a relationship of some kind. Now, for some of you, because it's a general reading, it might be a love and romance relationship. It might be a relationship of any kind, really. But it feels like one person feels despair over the situation ever changing. There's a sense of something not healthy or not right or not satisfying about it. But it also feels like one person keeps determined to try and put this veneer that everything's fine and I'm just going to ignore that and just kind of sweep it under the carpet. So let's take a look. Let's take a look at that King of Wands first. Two of Swords again with the Six of Wands. Now, the Six of Wands is victory, triumph, success, public recognition, ego, validation. And that's clarifying this King of Wands. I feel like this person, whatever position they have in your life, are determined to win no matter what. Or they're determined to see a positive outcome or a positive situation, and they don't want to look at anything else, period. There's almost a sense of cognitive dissonance with this person, meaning that, the truth of something actually not being right or being broken or not working well or you not feeling good about it, it's just like, it feels like they want to say, no, everything's fine. Everything's the same. It could also be in an unhealthy relationship or a relationship in which you're frankly not happy, that it's almost as if they don't believe it. They don't believe the truth or the reality, or they're determined to, that if they that you'll change or find some way to compromise and just accept it. Five of Coins. The Star and Death. Renewal, restoration, hope, faith, optimism, but then we have endings here. This feels like a very kind of stuck situation. It's like, Scorpio, you don't know how this is going to work out. And it feels like you may be afraid to take any concrete steps in either direction. It's like, I don't know, maybe I couldn't hold out for, there's something about this relationship connection, regardless of the nature of the relationship, that isn't enough. I mean, in career, work, and money, it could be you're being overworked, underpaid, you're not being recognized or valued or appreciated. It can be the same in a closer personal relationship. You're stuck between, do I end it and move on, or is there still this kind of renewed, restored sense of hope, faith, and optimism? And I think also looking at the other person, they may present this veneer, and this sort of cognitive dissonance of denying reality or denying your feelings or what you've said to them about it. But at the same time, underneath, they're afraid as well. Let's take a look at that Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles. With the Three of Swords, we have the Page of Cups again and the Lovers. A relationship at a crossroads. A choice needs to be made. With the Three of Pentacles, we have the Five of Pentacles again and the Two of Pentacles. It's quite clear that there's a choice here on the table of how this relationship, regardless of the nature of it, could move forward in a more positive way. Or it could end and somebody would say, no, I can't do this anymore, and they walk the other way. But it's kind of stuck in this place with one person not willing to see the truth in reality, and the other person being so attached to the person, place, situation, whatever, that they're afraid to take concrete steps to move away from it, and therefore they tell themselves. It feels like both sides here, Scorpio, you and the other side, are both not really paying attention to the reality of a situation here, because you're afraid of what acknowledging it might mean. Basically, that you have to make a choice, decision, change in some way. Let's take a look at the Two of Swords, Page of Cups. Yeah. Four of Cups, Five of Swords. An offer being made, somebody not taking it, or not knowing if they should take it or not, or kind of crossing their arms and going, yeah. But they're not saying yes and they're not saying no. And somebody is here still determined that they can overcome this, that they can make the other person be okay with the situation without changing themselves. With the Page of Cups, we have the Seven of Wands, which is holding your ground, defending, standing guard, not giving up. But then we have the Ten of Swords, which is coming to a painful understanding that something is at an end. Either the two of you need to part ways, regardless of the relationship and situation, or it needs to change. And it's like it's stuck in this, like, it's like an cognitive dissonance. That's what I keep getting. It's like not paying attention to the reality of a situation, because if you do, then you have to acknowledge that something is wrong and you have to take steps to do something about it. So neither part, both people here are stuck. Let's clarify the moon for the overall energy. It looks like a very painful and uncomfortable place to be stuck in. It's like a relationship which has some fundamental flaws in it. And one person is saying, I'm really unhappy, probably has been for some time. But the other person's saying, I don't know what you're talking about, everything's fine. And the other person saying, well, this is the path that we really should be walking down. And the other person, like, not acknowledging that, dismissing it, because it would require them to change. And so the other person is, like, so connected to him that they're afraid of moving away from it. I mean, it looks like a painful place to be. Let's clarify the overall energy of the moon. The Ten of Cups, which is the happy home, happily ever after card, but then the Three of Swords again, which is heartache, heartbreak, breakup, separation, which is what's clarifying the moon. It's like, I don't know, is it going to be this or is it going to be this? And this is kind of one of those situations that when we ask for advice and guidance from Spirit, they usually say, make a choice, make a decision, because that's the only way this is going to change at all. If the other person isn't willing to change, then you need to make the decision to kind of move away from this unhealthy situation. It may be that decision that might prompt the other person to change after it happens. You can't make the decision based on that. But either way, this isn't going to change unless somebody Scorpio, this is your reading, unless somebody steps up and says, okay, this is the decision I've made, whether it's to live in acceptance of this, which the other person is convinced that you're going to do if they just wait you out long enough, right? Or you have to make a decision to move on. So that's kind of what it looks like for this short period of time. Let's ask for final advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. The Ace of Swords. This is to see the truth, to acknowledge the truth, to let that light of truth shine forward. It's sometimes difficult to take. I mean, the Ace of Swords is a card of potential success that comes from seeing things clearly, exactly the way that they are. Now, if that reality is not a reality that you like, you have to own your part in it, what brought you there. And in that space of seeing the truth, even if it's not a truth or reality that you particularly care for, it's about saying, well, my decisions led me here, and I now have the opportunity to make different decisions and take actions moving forward to create a healthier and better reality for myself. The Knight of Swords, and acting on that in a very assertive, decisive, I know what I want, and I'm making sure that all my choices and actions match, pushing me towards what I want. Not wasting too much time about it either. And this is also about setting very clear boundaries with this person. Four of Pentacles, not giving out too much. Make sure to keep what you need to be safe, stable, secure, and healthy. It's not overextending yourself to the other person. It's quite the opposite. It's setting very clear boundaries to protect yourself and keep yourself stable and safe. And not engaging in any arguments or conflicts. This is who I am. This is what I'm about. Not trying to waste time or effort or energy to convince the other person to your way of thinking, but simply saying, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and these are the decisions that I'm taking to move me forward on a healthy path. And not trying to convince the other person, because I think you've probably done enough of that in the past. That's Spirit's advice to you, Scorpio. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that, not the brightest of readings, and that sometimes happens because it's life, right? But I hope that what Spirit has shown us through the cards here has been validating, has been useful, has given you at least, as I say, some food for thought in moving forward. All right, I'm going to leave it there. If this resonated with you again, or if the style resonated with you and you're interested in taking a deeper look at anything, maybe exploring this a bit more through a personal reading, go ahead and email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info attached to the title or description of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February mid-month general readings. Stay well and stay safe as we continue to ease into a new year, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.